hey girl, let's be in check. I look back on certain times in my life and all I can think is, what in the low self-esteem? I be asking myself questions like, what part of you felt like accepting the bare minimum was okay? What part of you didn't know you was that girl? A question that I asked myself that really got to me was, what part of you tolerated complacency over triumphancy? Ooh, yes, hit me too. When I tell you I have grown, it's not an understatement. What got me though is when I realized I was repeating cycles and not upgrading to a new season. I see why God stripped me bare. Many times we think God is putting us in a punishment, but it's really a stripping. I'm a firm believer in, if you don't get the lesson the first time, God's gonna resend the lesson harder. You know, something hit you harder, it tend to stick. And then if I'm being really honest, what shook the table, realizing the choices that were presented, I kept making the wrong one. I used to think of evil and what we know to be evil as, like this big distorted, whatever the case may be. However, when I realized that the devil has to ask God for permission to sift you like wheat, really put things in perspective for me. Now don't get me to lying. In the thick of the process, liberation is not what you feel. However, enduring your process, perspectives shift. Not even trying to go to church with y'all, but I will leave you with this example. You see everything crashing down. I give up. There's no more hope. Or you see everything crashing down and get happy and excited because you know new is coming. See, perspective. And no, I don't always have it figured out, but I have come to a place in my life where I choose different perspective. Realizing my loops was same habits, different people. Baby, she had to come up out of that. I never want to come to you guys and claim that I have it all together, because I don't. We are learning and growing and evolving together. But what I want to leave you with, don't always take your seasons of stagnation, crushing, everything crumbling down as an attack on you. Sometimes you have to have a perspective that is there to rebuild you. When you realize that you are repeating cycles, you are repeating loops, at the end of the day, you have nobody else to blame but yourself. We have free will, so what we do with our free will is on us. We can be presented with all the right choices, but if we keep making the wrong choice, but you already know the beat eats. Talk to you later, bestie.